listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference call is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Deepak Arora, CEO of Som Group of Companies. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining our Q2 FY25 earnings call. It is a privilege and honor to connect with all of you, discuss our performance for this quarter. Let me start by saying the second quarter was typically subdued due to the monsoon and the festivals, which kind of hindered consumption. However, we delivered a consolidated income of 291 crore, representing a 17.3% year-over-year growth. Our sales for the quarter were also impacted categorically by the excise portals in Delhi and Rajasthan, which were not functioning for about a fortnight. And in spite of this, we have delivered a 17.3% year-over-year growth. It reflects our strong resilience towards our brands and their continuing penetration, as well as a strong operational focus on costs and consumers. Our total volumes reached 4.6 million cases, with beer volumes at 4.4 million cases, growing by about 9% year-on-year, and IMFL being stable at 2.5 lakh cases. Our key brands such as Hunter, Black Fort and Power Cool continue to perform well, with Power Cool solidifying its position as the second most popular beer in Karnataka. We have also recently launched two brands, namely Legend and Woodpecker, where Legend also has contributed significant volume for the quarter as well as the half year. I would also like to mention that we have had a fantastic response to our beer named Woodpecker in the state of Karnataka, where we are experiencing positive tertiaries from the consumers. This is a first step in premiumization of our portfolio, and we are very, very confident by the initial response. To add to that, a significant highlight was, as I said, the launch of Woodpecker Premium Beer in the state of Karnataka. It is India's first twist-off cap beer in Karnataka as well as in India. The innovative product is crafted with premium ingredients such as cross malt and comes in two variants, namely the Woodpecker Glide representing the lager and the Woodpecker Crest representing the strong beer category. Operationally, we have commissioned couple of equipments across our units with and wraparound packaging equipment at our Bhopal plant, which has improved efficiency in the can production by 25%. And also we have commissioned the enhanced capacity at our Karnataka plant, Hassan plant. The Q2 was characterized by stable raw material and packing material prices, and higher usage of old bottles in our overall bottle mix led to an improved gross margin of 40% for the quarter. Our focus on market share remains steadfast. Hunter, which is our premium offering, emerged as the single largest beer brand in the neutral market of Delhi during the first half of FY25, which underscores our leadership in the territory. We are also progressing on our strategic entry into high volume markets such as Rajasthan, UP, Jharkhand and Northeast. Sustainability is also one of our core factors to our strategy. We are implementing various initiatives based on waste reduction, water conservation and renewable energy, ensuring that our growth is both responsible and sustainable in the long term. Looking ahead, we are optimistic about the festive season as well as the coming season preparation for the summer. and we thank you for your trust and confidence in our journey. I will now hand over the call to Mr. Nakul Sethi, who will take you through the numbers of financial and strategic highlights for the quarter. Over to you, Nakul.
Thank you, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. Quarter FY25 has been another encouraging quarter for us. Our continued focus on operational efficiency and financial discipline has yielded strong results. We posted a consolidated income of 291 crores, representing a 17.3% year-on-year growth. We achieved an EBITDA of 35.2 crores, a 28% increase year-on-year, with an EBITDA margin of 12.1%, underscoring our ability to manage costs effectively. Our net profit increased by 10% to 16.4 crores, demonstrating our resilience in navigating seasonal challenges. Our half-year 25 total income stood at rupees 804.69 crores as compared to 634.6 crores for the half-year 23-24, showing a growth of 26.8%. Our EBITDA stood at 100.6 crores at a margin of 12.43% for the half-year 24-25 as compared to an EBITDA of 77.59 crores at a margin of 12.23% for the same period last year, showing a growth of 29%. Our PBT grew 32.5% to 82.05 crores for the half-year 24-25 from the 61.91 crores reported last year. Our PAT also grew to 59.25 crores for half-year 24-25 as compared to 48.51 crores for the same period last year, showing a growth in excess of 22%. On the balance sheet, we reduced our gross debt by 30 crores and a net debt by 35 crores over the last quarter, strengthening our financial position. This also brought down our debt equity ratio from 0.29x to 0.23x. Additionally, our credit rating upgrade from BBB+ to A- is an indicator of our improved financial strength and prudent risk management practices. Looking ahead, we aim to capitalize in the upcoming festive season to drive stronger sales and profitability. Thank you, and with that, we now open the floor for questions.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. Our first question is from line of Nitin Awasthi from InCred Equities. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. My question was regarding the launch of Legend. And right now, is it launched in all the markets where you are present or only in Karnataka?
This year, actually, we have launched it in a couple of markets, mainly Pondicherry, Kerala, and Karnataka. It's a southern-based brand, and it has been on for a couple of years, but now it is gaining a lot of traction recently.
Understood. But going by the numbers, this could overtake Power Cool. The traction it's kind of getting in the Karnataka market, specifically in the southern market. This could become your highest selling beer, right?
Yes, but Power Cool has also not just taken a consumer approach, but it has also taken a couple of price increases. where we started selling this at an MRP of 100, which is now currently retailing at 130. There has been a price increase of over 30% on the Power Cool, and still it remains the second most popular beer in Karnataka, even after a price increase of 30% on the MRP. It still remains the second most preferred beer, showing a strong strength of the consumer liking the product.
Understood, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side, and best of luck. Hopefully, out of the top 3 in Karnataka, 2 beers are yours.
Yes, we look to add a couple more states by end of next year, so hopefully we're working on that. So, yeah, it should be good.
Okay, great.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Our next question is from the line of Siddharth S. from Vitai Money. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. I'm glad for this opportunity. My note was that beer is the main part of your business, and what would be the outlook for you on the raw materials front on the future prospects? That is my first question. And the second is that you have 3 brands under the beer category. So can you just brief us on the the segment-wise, the brand-wise margins of each beer product on your portfolio?
I am sorry, sir, but you are not audible. Your voice is echoing. So can you just repeat the question, please?
Audible now, sir?
It's echoing a lot.
Okay, one second. I hope I'm clear now, sir.
Yes, better now.
Yeah, thanks a lot for this opportunity. I'm sorry for the poor voice. So my 2 main doubts were that, sir, the raw materials, your voice is raw materials risk. One is the shooting up in the sugar prices, and the other is the glass bottles that you use to manufacture. So what would be your outlook on the potential risk that you're exposed to on the raw materials front? And the other doubt is that you have 3 beer products in your portfolio, and the new one, which is Woodpecker, is being launched in Karnataka market. Can you just let us know the brand-wise margins of the beer products on your portfolio?
Let me answer your first question regarding sugar and bottle prices.
Sure, sir.
So as I briefly covered in my address, the raw material and bottle prices continue to remain stable. Also, there are a couple of more new glass manufacturing units opening up in the country. This is again to offset the growing demand in the country. And sugar prices are cyclical in nature. So if you notice, every 3 to 5 years there is a spike and then it comes down. But on an average basis, thanks to the ethanol story, actually there is a surplus of sugar in the market. And we expect the midterm prices to be pretty stable going forward, because anyway they are trading above the minimum prices which the government has set. So we don't see any problem in the prices there. The second question was regarding brand-wise margins. We do not disclose our brand-wise margins, so we can probably, we disclose it as a control number. So that's the answer to the second question.
Okay, yeah, sure, sir. I got it. And one more last question would be, is there any possibility for you to give us a picture on what the growth story can be for SDBL as a whole, sir?
So SDBL, I don't know if you've been tracking the company for the past couple of quarters, but we have been posting a lot of growth on a quarter-on-quarter basis. The reason is very simple, that the products are accepted by the consumer. And once the products get accepted by the consumer at one state, then it kind of has a rub-off effect into its neighboring states. So we don't see on a midterm level any problem with our growth story. What we see is, as we are growing bigger, we need to focus on our financial prudence as well as cash flow, which Nakul also mentioned. based on an upgrade in financial rating as well as a reduction in debt. So we look forward to achieving this financial prudence in a couple of quarters, riding on the growth story. Also, the other important thing is the industry itself is also growing at a CAGR of 9%, and we are growing at 29%. It's roughly 3 times the industry, and the base is also getting bigger. So we look forward to this growth because we look at also activating other levers, which are like more visibility about our products, more products from our shelves, a couple of more liquor products, some ready-to-drink products. We've got a lot of things lined up for these markets to sustain the growth story. And it is all centered around the consumer because we believe that we understand what the consumer wants, at what price they want. So we are going to continue that growth story coupled with visibility actions as well as product actions.
All right, sir. Thanks a lot for the clear explanation. I'll just, sum this conversation with my final doubt. So as on the, previous year, same quarter to quarter comparison, the company has, did really well, sir. On this year, same, quarter on quarter dip in the, revenue asset. So can you just give your, views on that, sir?
So if you see, quarter 2 generally is the most leanest quarter every year for all the companies in terms of value. To deliver growth in Q2 versus Q3 is extremely tough because every time, you have Navratras and then you have Shraddh and everything. It's followed up every year, the dates change. So kind of a lean month, Q2. And going on the quarter-on-quarter story, we have done a 18% growth over last year's Q2.
Yes,
that
sir.
is the first part of the answer to your question. The second is, if you look at last year HY versus this year HY, we have actually grown around 26.8%. So this is a testament that while the industry is not growing at 26%, the industry is only growing at 8-9%, which shows that the excess growth is coming from the existing competition, where consumers are switching from the competition's choice of brands to our choice of brands. So that gives us a lot of confidence in forward.
Sure, sir. Thanks a lot for the, brief explanation. Thank you.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. Our next question is from line of Prabhu Vayappan, who's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, good evening, sir. Congrats on the rating upgrade and the good results. Sir, this question is regarding the plant in Hassan. Sir, all sites are almost surrounded by other buildings now. Do you see there is enough land for a possible capacity expansion if required in future, sir?
Probably this was the Hassan plant was not designed at a fixed capacity. It had a blueprint of capacity which is much higher than the existing capacity. So yes, there is space there for future capacity expansion because we have constructed it in a way that we have sufficient space for future expansion in that way.
Okay, understand, sir. I was asking because the growth you are having, you will not be able to supply Pondicherry or Kerala in future, the growth you are having in Karnataka. And sir, my second question was regarding the capex. Almost all the capex except Bhubaneswar was concluded, and then I see 114 crore new capex on this Q2. Can you throw some light on that, sir?
So all the capex, including the Becker one, we haven't capitalized as of now. But we have also incurred additional amounts at the Bhopal plant. So I think towards the end of this financial year, we're going to capitalize almost 90% of the amount which is there in the CWIP.
Okay, sir. One last question, sir. On the letters from the MD Arora, sir, there was one indication that we may be doing a greenfield or a acquisition in West Bengal or UP. Anything we moved on that direction, sir?
Yes, we are continuously looking at new opportunities, and these opportunities are greenfield, brownfield, whitefield, all three in nature. So as and when it matures, we will notify the required exchanges. But looking at our consumption story and looking at our capacity utilization, it's prudent that we look at a new state to set up manufacturing.
Understood, sir. Understood. That's all, sir. All the best.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Next is a follow-up question from line of Siddharth S. from Vitai Money. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. I just wanted to, check with you on the other parts, sir. So the thing is, you're mainly, concentrated on, Madhya Pradesh and then, Karnataka, Odisha as such. So do you have any expansion plans with the, south front as a whole, sir?
So while our units, you are right, our units are there in these three states, we cater to roughly 18 states in the country, where we are in various levels of our journey. Some places we have just launched, some places we are maturing enough on the scale front. So based on those factors, we do business. We don't just do business in the states where we are brewery. Secondly, we also operate on the canteen store department front, which is an all-India supply depot for the military. So we do supply all India, and it is just about where we have enough scale to set up the unit. Therefore, we have to look at multiple opportunities everywhere. So from that perspective, our revenues of Madhya Pradesh, coming from Madhya Pradesh, have been reducing and going, and the other states are chipping in with more. I think a couple of years back, we were roughly 70% of our revenues were from MP, which has drastically come down to 40% now. So therefore, that's why the need for setting up another unit, and we look forward to bringing this down further by having other units in other states, so that there's an equal distribution of states, revenue, and profitability, and we are not dependent on just one unit or one market.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the briefings. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from line of Ajinkya Nikam from Sage Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I was referring to the slide number 18 on investor presentation. When I'm comparing the volume for Q2 FY25 and Q2 FY24 for all the beers, the volume is muted, sir. May I know the reason?
The volume is, sorry, I missed the last part.
Yeah, sir.
You were referring to which slide, sir?
18 number slide.
Slide number, sir? Sorry?
18. 18.
18. Can you just repeat the question, sir?
Yeah. So the volume for Q2 FY25 and Q2 FY24 for all the beers, like for the Hunter beer, it is 11.2 million cases, whereas for this quarter it is 11.1 million cases. So is it the seasonality impact or we are seeing the slowdown in the consumption?
It is basically a seasonality effect where a couple of price increases have been taken. So while we look at numbers on a brand portfolio on a quarter-on-quarter basis, we have to adjust our strategies according to, how the states play out the tax regime also. Sometimes that's why we have launched Woodpecker, to actually insulate the company from all these tax and price variations. So you see that the brand mix changes according to the MRP, which tend to fluctuate. Like Karnataka came up with a recent tax increase on their beer. Therefore, the sale also moves across the ladder. So we see that effect in Q2 because Q2 is not exactly the season for beer, per se. And Q3 is festive, and then Q4 is again when the sales starts picking up. So that's the general trend, and Q2 generally seasonality you see this, that there is a slowdown in terms of beer consumption. So it's nothing to worry about, I think.
Yeah, sir, got it. And the second question would be, sir, regarding the tax rate for the year. What would be the tax rate going forward?
The tax rate would be in the range of about 28% going forward.
28%. Yeah, got it, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Deepak Arora for closing comments.
Thank you, and thank you all for joining this call. I trust your queries have been adequately addressed, and we look forward to your continued trust in the company. If you require any further information, please reach out to our investor relations team or to me. We'll do our best with all the necessary details at the earliest. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining this call.
Thank you. On behalf of Som Distilleries Breweries Limited, that concludes this conference. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.